Hello everybody and welcome into another week here in the SFA. Before we get started, let me know if you can hear me as we are officially in rivalry week, the last week of the regular season here in season 14. It has already been a ridiculous week. We've seen bubble teams pop. We've seen Arizona completely choke, and now they're on the bubble. We've seen Alabama miss a bowl game, and everything in between this week has already been ridiculous. Welcome in. Before we get started, if you have never heard of the SFA before, this is an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can join in at any time that you would like. You can claim a team. You can recruit, you can set depth charts, you can set playbooks, hire coordinators, you can participate in our fully functional sportsbook. We also have a fully functional stock market as well, all for SFA rewards for your team. And it's a great time. Check out any of the links in any of our descriptions to join at any time. And if you're watching live, you might run into an ad or two. Feel free to drop your Twitch Prime sub. It does support us, and any and all revenue made through this channel does help fund the national championship trophy and care package that I'll send to whoever wins the national championship as long as they're a user. So, you know, support us, help support you when you win. And then also, check out our friends over at Home Field Apparel. They just went on a crazy 2-week run of drops every day leading up to March Madness. So use code SFA for 15% off your first purchase, or use our affiliation link in the Discord or in any of our chats to help support us as well. So, and then also a quick reminder, less than 24 hours before your brackets lock. And if you want to join, first go to the Discord, check the announcements for the password into our bracket group. And if you win, you get a 90 overall player, non-quarterback, to join next season. Now remember, folks, you don't have to know basketball to submit. There is no penalty to submitting. However, there are currently like 5 brackets in there that are not named. They're just ESPN and a bunch of letters, or I know Skook titled his main. You can't do that. If you can't follow a simple rule, I will not give you the recruit. So please go change the names. I'm pretty sure Cryo, pretty sure Dogwater, pretty sure Skook, and then I don't know the other couple because I don't know who they are. But yeah, go change the name of your bracket. Otherwise, you're going to be salty, and I'm going to laugh at you. But anyways, let's get started on this rivalry week. This is really one of the most important weeks of the year because next week we'll know all the scenarios and what has to happen, but there's only 20 teams playing. This is the week that's make or break it for your postseason. Remember, as we go through this, 7 is the magic number for wins to make a bowl game, and then we also got some crazy division clinching scenarios coming up, and also a bunch of bubble games as well. And this is probably the largest bubble that we've had in quite a while for our 12-team playoffs. So without further ado, let's get on into it, into our BearCave slot. Remember, if you don't know what BearCave is, we go through the 10 best games of the week. We slow sim them, and if they're close at the end, we'll jump in and watch them. And our first 4 games all come from the Mount West because the Mount West is just not decided. So it would be really helpful over these next 3 games if after each scenario you guys kind of update me on what needs to happen, because I kind of forgot it over the last couple of days because it's so wonky. But we're going to start out with San Jose State at Hawaii. So Coach Woolley, after a ridiculous come from behind 18-point instant classic toppling UNLV last week, he just has to beat San Jose State, and they need some help definitely, but a win here is what he needs. So Woolley, let me know, kick or receive if you win the toss. This is a 7-point favorite for your Rainbow Warriors, and the over-under of this game is 49.5. If you did follow along and go through the BearCave props, we are looking for a Joe Webb rushing touchdown. He had 2 rushing touchdowns against UNLV. He looked very, very good. How was work today at SFA HQ? It has been hectic. I was running a couple of minutes behind, but we are here And we are ready, and we are in Hawaii. So we'll see San Jose State. This is home to the SFA Hall of Fame, the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl. Remember, the Hall of Fame inductions will happen during Conference Championship Week. We have 3 this season. So I think a win here is really what messes with the scenarios. So if we see Hawaii take care of business here, but remember, this is a San Jose State that's tricky on stream. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, they were dominating Wyoming, who's kind of fell off a cliff. So we'll start it out here. First quarter, no score. Hawaii gets on the board first. We get a field goal. Interesting start to the game, 7-3. Here we go, up to 7 now here for Hawaii. They extend the lead to 14, but they get a field goal at the end. So still a 2-possession game, definitely not out of reach. But Hawaii, they're kind of cooking right now. There comes Hawaii, 31-6, babies. We enter the 4th quarter. Just nothing doing for San Jose State, but they get an interception. That's by Kelly Kachuk, the SFA player, and they are going to run out the clock as they get another fumble recovery. Does that bring back PTSD for you, Cryo? As we are almost done with this game. Still no scoring here. That under is holding on by a couple of points, and that's going to do it. So a Hawaii cover, and the under hits 31-6. So let's see how this went. Dixon got himself a touchdown. Dixon ran it in as well. Axel Brooks for 34, baby, on your dome, the SFA player. And Dixon did it again. So it does not look like the BearCave prop did hit. But look at Joe Webb. He wants that Mountain West championship. 24 of 40. We'll see this team in a bowl game at least. Very, very nice. No touchdowns. He only ran it 7 times. And then Malika Fruz got 87, no touchdowns for him. Win grants the Mount. Okay, so who gets it though? Nevada, it will allow Hawaii in. As we Marvin Moss again, man, the player of the week last week. He gets 4 TFLs and a sack here as well. 3 sacks on the day. An interception for our boy Kelly Kachuk. And a couple of deflections here. And for San Jose State, Dan Bennett. 2 interceptions on the day. Not what they wanted to see here. Just not a good day offensively. Only putting up 6 total points. Couple TFLs here and there. Now, if San Diego State wins, if San Diego State wins, is Hawaii out? And then is it just between San Diego State and... Let me know. Because we got a circle of suck going. Alright. Because I know if they all win, Cryo survives with point differential. So yeah, I think this is the... as I get my players of the game here, I think this is the... Well, okay, so I'm pretty sure if Nevada wins, Hawaii goes. If San Diego State wins, then San Diego State needs a UNLV loss, is what I'm thinking. Because if everybody wins, it's UNLV for sure. Well, you have to win, Cryo. But yeah. And Flabby Bent. Okay, buddy. Fine speech there. Too long, didn't read. Alright. I'm going to go out on a limb and say advertising in other people's chats, it does not have a high success rate. Alright, here we go. Next up is Nevada at San Diego State. Alright, so the Wolfpack, look at that needle wiggling. It is scared of San Diego State. So here we go. The San Diego State, they are a 10-point favorite. The over-under for this game is 51.5. And the BearCave prop, tight end Uncle Boozer, receiving yards over under 44.5. So, Coach Piggy, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, or just kick or receive. We need a miracle. We've seen crazier. I mean, an 18-point comeback. All right, so we're just going to jump on into it here. Let's see if Nevada can shock the world and send the Rainbow Warriors to the Mountain West Championship. Now, remember, folks, there is still a chance that 5 and 7 Air Force could meet the winner of this division. So the Mountain West is going full sicko today as we've got rain. That might be good for the Wolfpack here. Here we go. We look at the conference standings. It is a complete circle of suck. Nobody knows what's going on as we're at Aztec Stadium here at a couple hours south of SFA HQ. We'll see if the Wolfpack can get it done. Remember, the Wolfpack is the team that defeated Hawaii, making this whole thing an issue in the first place. So now they could be the savior for Hawaii here. So let's see. First quarter is 0-0. Quick 7 points there, San Diego State. All right, not the worst start in the world here for the Wolfpack. You definitely need a response, and they only get 3. But it's very defensive battle. They only had a field goal here. Is at halftime. It's only a 7-point deficit. Come on, Nevada. Nevada. 10-10. Here it comes. 17-10. It's going to be a close battle. You didn't think you'd get off this easily. Oh, dear. 17-10. And they don't add it. Oh, no. Interception, though. Nevada gets the ball right back. Can they punch it in? Yes, they do. We've got a tie ball game here, folks. And remember, on BearCave, we do not jump in until the 2-minute mark. As we get another sack, it's a 4th and 18. 18, Cryo. 18. The blue square on your dome. As we continue, this script is juicy. We've got a 3rd and 6 for Nevada. 2 minutes left. Can they take down San Diego State and give Hawaii the division? Man in motion. Nevada running clock. 3rd and 6. Could be a screen pass. He hits him. There's a lot of room. He turns upfield. Can he get the first? No, he goes out of bounds. A big stop there. Babatunde Woods. What a name. But it's 4th and 1, folks. Game on the line. It's tied, so Cryo's life in the balance. 4th and 1. Man in motion. Let's give you a handoff. They get the first down. Babatunde Woods. Big first down there for Baba. What a name. As they're going to hurry it up now. I doubt they're in field goal range because it's Nevada. Very weak team. Probably a very weak kicker. And dumps this one off, and it's dropped. Adrian Smith can't believe it. As the team's jerseys are just soiled. They're soaked. Just outside the 30. Tie game. 17-17. They're going to fake the handoff. It's going to be Smith. And he gets brought down. They couldn't hang on to the block. San Diego State, they are a great team. They are no pushover here. 3rd and 9. Trying to get a stop for the home crowd. They could still win the division. 3rd and 9. They're going to throw it. It's going to be another screen pass to Woods. He breaks a tackle, and he can't break another. 4th down. And they send out the field goal formation to take the lead. It's going to be a 46-yarder from right hash. He's 1 of 2 on the day. The kick is up, and it is no good. Cryo lives another down. A missed Nevada field goal might have just sealed the fate for Coach Woolley. Unbelievable. So San Diego State now in a position to win the game. They have 2 timeouts. They still got to drive a ways, though. Nick Reed, he's not really known for his passing ability, and he goes down. So 2 negative plays to start the drive, and Nevada might get another chance here. I think if this goes to OT, the needle is going to be heavily favoring San Diego State. So Nevada has to get off the field here. 3rd and 16. Plenty of time. He delivers a strike. Can he get there? No, he cannot. 4th down. 47 seconds left. Clock stops. They're going to have to punt it. Oh boy, Nevada gets another chance. As they get a nice return to the outside. Welcome in, Flame. Yep, definitely a tough day for some. Notably, playoff hopes that are likely over are Baylor, Iowa State, and now Arizona has been pushed down from lock status to the bubble. As it's 1st and 10 here for Nevada. 37 seconds left. They're already in fringe yam range. Smith, they're going to do a delayed give. Oh, it works. Oh, he bounces off 1. He's still rocking. Babatunde Woods for 9. He can't quite get out of bounds, though, so the clock does not stop. So they had to burn that timeout, but they're up now at the 43. Second and 1. They're yamming it deep, and it's tipped. Oh, tipped 4 times. The Aztecs can't bring it down. They went for it all and almost. God, Woolley and Cryo are just shitting their pants right now. 3rd and 1 here for the Wolfpack. He's yamming it deep again. He has a step down the sideline. Broken tackle. Tim Mays. The Wolfpack may have just sent the Rainbow Warriors to the championship. Holy cow! I am shocked. I just lost 20K on that. San Diego State now to win the division. Nikias Bush, the SFA player. San Diego State, they still have a chance at the division. They got to somehow get a score here in 13 seconds. And a loss sends Hawaii to the conference championship. It's going to be a screen pass. He's hanging on to the rock way too long. This might be the final play. He hits his man. But there's a flag. It's going to be pass interference on the offense. Those blockers got way too far downfield. Greg Johnson.
Still 1st down.
So 6 seconds left on their own 11. Can we get an 89-yard dream? Can Cryo's prayers be answered here? He's yamming it deep down the left side. See how far he can throw it. It's intercepted! Time triple zeros! Hawaii has won the division! From 18 points down against UNLV to the champions of the West Division. After going through a slog of a schedule, having injuries left and right, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors stand tall. Thanks to Nevada. real. I believe Hawaii has officially clinched the division. Now, Cryo, obviously, with a win, he'll be similar to East Carolina, 11-1 and locked out of his division. However, when it comes to bowl selections, you're still going to be very high up in the selection process, so you'll still get quite a nice bowl game. But in terms of CFP, now you have to rely on an at-large bid, which may not happen, as the Uncle Boozer, he gets himself a touchdown. And I just lost 20K. Ouch. But Nick Reed here, 9 of 25, 3 interceptions. That's just not going to get it done. Hold on, Nick. You got to win it first. Can't be Spounting winning. Oh, wait, we got to check receiving. Uncle Boozer, no way. Oh, my God. Was the line 44.5, he hit on 43. That is tough. All right, TFLs, we got sacks, interceptions. And then for the Wolfpack, the Dream Team. Adrian Smith, 14 and 32. And it was Tim Mays, the redshirt senior, got his moment. Couple TFLs, a lot of sacks on the day, interceptions galore. Citrus Bowl may not be in Cryo's future, but we'll see. I don't think Citrus Bowl is the highest ranked non-playoff users, so might be a tough hill to climb. Nevada, 1. All right, folks. So, one half of the Mountain West has been decided. So now it's time to go check on Cryo and the Fresno State Bulldogs. This is still a big game for Fresno State. Still a massive game for Cryo. As Cryo, he needs to, regardless of the previous result, needs to win this game to maintain a great bowl game. Like an upper tier, like a Yam and Cheez-It Bowl or a Citrus Bowl or an Outback Bowl. So, let's see. This is a 7.5 point favorite for the UNLV Rebels. This is a 64.5 over under, and the line is, will tight end Chris Mason score a touchdown? So, Cryo, let me know, kick or receive. Since you're at home, I think he said kick. It's still a big bowl game. Everybody's a little disappointed there on the sidelines, but still a lot to play for here in front of the home crowd, because Chadley Brown sits on the other side. Fresno State does not have a coach, so I don't know whose name is that. Or wait, did Fresno State get a new coach? They did, didn't they? Oh yeah, they did. A brand new coach. All right. So, new Fresno State guy. Sorry, I completely forgot. This is a big game now. The debut for you against Cryo. So, we'll see Chadley Brown here. UNLV, this might be a barn burner, as it's 10-7, 14-10. Oh, my. As, oh, dear, 17-10 now. This one's going to be good. 24-17. And Fresno State hanging tough. This one's going to be close. a chance to really put salt in the wound would be another loss here. As UNLV, they can't get the touchdown. It's only 7. Chadley Brown, can he do the unthinkable? 4th and 1. Remember, we can't jump in yet. Oh, they get a penalty. Oh, that is so tough. As they now have to punt. And there's a fumble recovery on the punt. No, not like this. And they score! UNLV, what are you doing? Here we go. 3rd and 3 for UNLV. They fumbled on the punt. Dyron, he floats that out of bounds. 4th down. What is the decision? Just an epic collapse potentially incoming here as they are going to go for it. 4th and 3 here for Coach Cryo against Fresno State, this team that screwed him last year. And free rusher, he breaks the sack. It's Dyron Satterfield. He yams it deep, and he hits the man! Touchdown, Dyron Satterfield, putting the team on his back. When it seemed like it was over. That is the best play in Dyron Satterfield's career. Not to clinch the division, unfortunately, Cam. Pretty sure the division is gone. But now we get to see some Chadley Brown action in Fresno State with their new coach. See if the defense folds like they did on game day last week. Because remember, last week, the same kind of scenario. You saw Dyron Satterfield, Darren Archer put together a masterful drive to give them the lead with about 1:40 left, and then they gave up a 4-play touchdown drive to give Hawaii the win. So let's see if they can do the same thing. They dump it off here. That's Chadley Brown to the running back. He stiffies a man, gets out of bounds. So 2nd and inches now, 300-yard day for Chadley. Down 7. The self-proclaimed villain of the Mountain West, Chadley Brown. He gets 1st down now. So I think after this year, it's Coach Woolley. Rick said Hawaii clinched for sure. All right, well, there you have it. So 1 minute left, 1:30. Chadley, plenty of time in the pocket. He yams that one deep down the left side. A 50-50, and it's intercepted! UNLV may have just done it. So despite missing out on the division, they at least maintain the 11-1 record with a couple of 1st downs. So they hand it off to Darren Archer. Couple of 1st downs will win you this game. I formation. And that's a big hit, but he hangs on. As, yeah, the line's 7.5, so this will be a no cover for this one. Dyron throwing it here, and they try to strip him, and they give Darren Archer the 1st down, and that will win the game here for UNLV. So number 19 team in the country survives a scare, and they maintain. Now, we could see some ridiculousness on the bubble, and maybe UNLV gets into a conversation, but unfortunately, the way that the schedule looks now, for UNLV, this is their best win of the year. Which is crazy. So UNLV, their best win, Fresno State. Will that be enough? So 3rd and 15. And as we hit triple zeros, it's kind of a, a bitter taste in the mouth of UNLV fans. They win the game, but they lose the division. Satterfield had an epic performance. Might have just saved them from playing a mediocre bowl opponent. But still a very tough day here for UNLV fans. What a play. Dyron Satterfield shedding the block. And we got to see, did Chris Mason get a touchdown? And we still don't know if who is Hawaii going to face? Are they going to face Air Force or Wyoming? That's coming up. As Wyoming was 7-1 at one point. Then they went on to Watch Party, and they've lost 3 straight. Yeah, I always got to go through the full presentation here so we don't risk a crash or anything and lose the data. As here is your scoring summary. We got a 83-yard bomb from Chadley Brown. Run from McDonald. Mason did get himself a touchdown, so another BearCave prop hits. And Waller, of course, the game winner. So that's a great game for you, Fresno State. Let's see stats here. Dyron, decent game. Not a good game for the Archer Heisman hopes. So he is pretty much eliminated there. As on defense, TFLs go to James Ashley. Couple of sacks. Ubaldo Kingsbury, no sacks today. The interception was Joey Robertson. And a deflection from Brian Castillo. And for Fresno, Chadley Brown, 305, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's only a sophomore, guaranteeing to be back next year. Decent running performance. TJ Kane, the senior, and Fred Hart, their best receiver. Not a big day, so he'll be back next year as well. He's your best pass catcher. On defense, John Johnson, 11 tackles, couple of TFLs here. And Tango Sadiqui, is he number 54? Was he the guy who screwed up? No, that's 94. Okay. The SFA player. Couple of deflections, some big opportunities. They never were able to get Dyron on a pick. Zach's already shopping for trophy cases. Buddy, Rex Beavers outperformed you. I don't know, why are you shopping? And they're going to move up in the rankings. I would think Beavers is going to be back in the race. All right, players of the game here. All right, back to the Mountain West and our 4-game stretch here, and this is somehow for the division. Air Force, man, if you somehow wins, congratulations. Coach Wind could have one of the most epic fumbles of all time. So, Coach Wind, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a 4.5-point favorite for the home Cowboys, and the over-under is 58.5. The BearCave prop is Perry Potts, the SFA running back for Coach Wind, is over under 99.5. So, let's get it going here. Who is going to face the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors next week? Oh boy, a team that was so dominant in the first half of the season completely fell off the last couple of weeks. Can Coach Wind find a way to win just one more? Jamie Breckenridge, Perry Potts. Look at this ridiculousness. Oh my goodness. Here you go, Wind. I need a kick or receive pick from you. I think I dropped a few frames, but I don't think it's just refresh. We've seen crazier in this division. Wind, heads or tails, kick or receive. Kick or receive. Kick or receive. I'm gonna give him 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're kicking. Yeah, in most scenarios, divisions just at this point are just no longer a great idea. Welcome in, McNasty. Big win today. As Air Force jets out to 14-point lead. Not like this. 21-0. Please, Wyoming, please. There they go. They get 2 right before half. All right, it is manageable. It is manageable. It is manageable. Come on, Wyoming. They tie it up. Wyoming, Air Force. No! Stop that, Air Force. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we watching? It's a 2-point deficit at this point. Wyoming, they get a fumble. Come on, punch it in, Wyoming. Yes, yes, yes. Coach Wind, please. Just hang on. Just hang on, Coach Wind. Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark here, folks. Here we go, Air Force. A game-winning drive. Down 5, 2 minutes left. All 3 timeouts. And remember, if you are on the bubble for bowl eligibility, you are desperately cheering for Wyoming. You do not want an Air Force as a bid stealer. If you win a division, you automatically go bowling. 2nd and 12 now. Down 5. They're going to have to start hurrying it up. They're going to have to start throwing the ball. As they do take off this time, there's plenty of room as he gets about 10. So 3rd and 1. Maryland Eye here. They don't care about the clock as they run right up the gut for 10. Oh, baby, a minute left. And they are on a drive. Still have 3 timeouts. They're going to hurry it up yet again. Get right into their little option, flex bone, wing bone, whatever. As now he's going to run it up the gut. And once again, gets about 5. Pud Foxtail on the tackle. The SFA player, have yourself a day. 4 TFLs and a sack. So 2nd and 5 now. 56 seconds left. Plenty of time. Only 1 man rushing, or 2, I guess. And he dumps that off, and he gets him. So now inside the 30. Things are getting spicy here in the Mountain West. What a day of Mountain West football. You got to imagine that they drew this up to perfection to try and get some clout on rivalry week. They are getting 4 slots on BearCave. This is the most airtime we've ever given the Mountain West. And it is delivering. 49 seconds left, down 5. Townsend. Once again, taken off, and a lot of traffic, and he goes down. And they're going to have to use that 2nd timeout. So 2nd 11 now, split back formation. Everybody crowding the line right now. 45 seconds left. He's yamming it deep, open man, blow coverage, no! Not like this. Not like this, Wind. Not like this. Four straight losses staring right in the face. as they are going to go for 2 to try to extend it to a 3-point lead. And they fake the handoff, and he's stopped! So a field goal wins the game for Wyoming. A 1-point lead. "40 seconds left." Wyoming, they do return this. Broken tackle. So this is basically a Perry Potts and Jamie Breckenridge, legacy moment. You gotta be able to find a way. They were 7-1 at one point, folks. I think they were 6-0. 7-1 at one point, losing 4 straight. Right in the face. Still have 3 timeouts. Plenty of time here for Breckenridge as he hits his man over the middle, and that's going to be a first down. Nice start. Don't have to waste those timeouts. Ryan McGee. So 31 seconds left in a dream. 4 on the short side. Making an adjustment. Jamie. He has some time. Dumps this off again. That's McGee again. Or that's Jamie Brown. And they call the timeout. So they are in yam range, but you would love to get into field goal range. You're going to have to stretch the field a little bit here. At the 45. We've seen crazier. 22 seconds left. As he floats it, that was dangerous. It's dropped! That would have given him a first down at least. Maybe some more. Oh. You can't drop that. So 3rd and 3 now. Safety cheating up. Jamie. He has time. Jamie, he goes right. He throws on the run down the seam. It's a masterful. And he hits him. Scruggs puts him in field goal range. An epic throw from Jamie Breckenridge. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. They hand it off to Jamie Brown. It looks like Perry Potts may, in fact, be hurt. And they wanted to get it to right hash. To win? Oh, man, they are icing the kicker here, but they got antifreeze. To win the division and send Wyoming to the Mountain West Championship. A 31-yarder from right hash. The kick is up. And it's short! No way! Wyoming! They choke! And Air Force at 5-7 is going to the championship! This is why you recruit a kicker. We've never seen a worse way to go out, Wind. I'm so sorry. Wind, I'm so sorry. A magical run this year gave the Wyoming Islanders hope again, bringing hope back to the island. But that is not the way to do it. I cannot believe what I just saw. Oh my God. Yeah, we'll check the replay. Don't think it got blocked. I think he just wet noodled that kick. Hit a knuckleball or whatever. No, Maddox. Tulane has not played yet. And while we wait for the presentation, if you submitted a March Madness bracket, great. Please make sure you named it your name or your school some way that I can identify you. There's 5 of them that are not named anything. I'm pretty sure one's Dogwater, Cryo, Maddox, Skook. Pretty sure it's you guys. I'm not giving you the reward if you can't follow a simple rule. So please go change the name of your bracket. As we check this game here, Jamie Breckenridge, and we got a return kickoff as well from Jamie Brown. Unbelievable way to miss. Oh my God, my heart is it just hurts. So Jamie Breckenridge, we'll check it after the stats. He went 3-1. And Perry Potts did not play the full game, so the BearCave prop did not hit, unfortunately. That probably played into the outcome of this game. Jamie Breckenridge had to put the team on his back. Pud Foxtail had himself a great day as well. A sack, 4 TFLs, no interceptions, couple of deflections, forced fumble for Ryan Bates, who was a transfer in. And, of course, this kicker, he's a 62 overall. He missed his only kick of the day from West Virginia. And Air Force, Brett Townsend, this team is going to the Mount West Championship against Hawaii. Unbelievable. I cannot believe. And this might be a candidate to be the Patreon Conference Championship game, since this has no impact on the... But what's bigger, not only does Air Force get to play for a Mountain West Championship, they get to play in a bowl game at 5-7, and could potentially going bowling at 5-8. That is unbelievable, folks. So if you were on the bubble, one less bowl bid just went away. So somebody, whoever's going to be last out or first out, is going to be because of Air Force. I am sorry, folks. That is a tough one to swallow. As let's check out the replay here. A 31-yarder missed from the 31-yard line right hash. I know this miss very well. I missed one like this in the playoff coach wind. Only mine was wide left. Yours just never had a chance. So first and foremost, let's check the hold. Hold looks good. Laces are not in. And then, do we get a block? No, it had a great height. It just, maybe there was, like, gnarly wind. Like, have you ever seen those where it looked good and then it just dies because of the wind? Just, like, 5 yards short. Just never had a chance. Cryo, same thing with me. We're in the exact same situation. Only I'm still going to the playoff. Ha ha ha. Womp womp, Cryo. Being associated with me isn't all that bad, Cryo. I have the most wins in the SFA, so let me cook. Alright, so we get the Air Force game done, as this BearCave is going nutty. 47 minutes into BearCave, and we're only through the Mountain West games. Alright, so as we move on now, we go to the Sickos game of the week. So Coach Maddox, if you're here, this is completely going to eliminate or illuminate your path to the playoff. If Louisiana wins this game, Tulane is locked out of the division, as Louisiana will go. If ULM somehow wins this game, they will give Tulane the the division championship to go face Tulsa. So big game here, as this is technically the last division up for grabs on the day, as we now know the Mount West Championship. And then because of the loss earlier to Iowa State, losing to Kansas State, an epic choke, Nebraska will be winning the Big 12 North. So as we saw last week, Louisiana did the unthinkable, as this is a 16.5 point favorite for Louisiana. The over-under this game is 75.5, a massive over-under. And the BearCave prop is we are looking for Melvin Young anytime touchdowns, one of the few 99 overalls in the country. And I love these ULM uniforms. Can somebody please go to ULM as a coach? I love these uniforms. They are so slick. And remember, ULM has a transfer from Tennessee, Pierre Stone. So see if UNLV can do something crazy here today, as Louisiana gets a touchdown to start, but it hasn't been all that impressive ULM not able to do anything on the offensive side, though. They've got to score quickly, and this one getting out of hand. Wait a second. ULM, they're staying in this game. And it looks like it's going to be pretty much over as we go to the fourth quarter. Still only a 2-score game. Can ULM find a way? Does not look like it as we're getting close to the nitty-gritty. And that is going to do it here. Louisiana is going to win the division. And are they going to cover here? It does look like it. Just by 1 point, it looks like they cover. So Louisiana gets it done here. And no touchdowns here for Melvin Young. So that means that Coach Maddox will not play for the regardless of a win against LSU, will not play for the Conference USA title. So they are now out. So just how quickly things can change, folks, in the SFA. 2 weeks ago, UNLV and Tulane were both undefeated, controlling their own destiny, and now they're both locked out of their conference championships. That is how quickly things can change here, folks. And in the group of 5, unfortunately, if you are locked out of your conference championship, you can only hope to get in on an at-large bid. And based on the CFP rankings, it just doesn't seem likely at this point. Now, Tulane does have a better hope than a UNLV as they have LSU on the schedule. So Mike Peterson went crazy in this game, but couldn't score a bunch of points. Some TFLs, some sacks. All right, so the left side is pretty much done as we get into the biggest games of the week. Remember, folks, we still have a game day coming up. We've got Bedlam. We've got Oklahoma State and Oklahoma. All right, as we continue on now, this is a big CFP matchup. This is very similar to the Arizona game. This is a ACC matchup. We're going to go to Georgia and Georgia Tech. Coach Mike, if you're here, let me know kick or receive, and if you want like a special uniform. I don't remember who choice is, but heads and receive. Okay, he wants to receive. So right now we consider Georgia Tech a lock. However, with a loss, and if they lose today, and then especially if they lose to then Buffalo, then you have 4 losses, you're on the bubble, you are in dire straits. So they still need a win here. Or it's going to make the ACC a must-win as Juice Riggs talking it over with the dapper Coach Mike going against the disappointing Georgia Bulldogs. Now, right now, Georgia is at 6 wins, so they could officially punch their ticket to bowl season with another win here. This is a 3.5-point favorite for Georgia Tech at home, and the over-under of this game is going to be 56.5. Now, specifically, we are looking at Clayton Tune and his rushing yards today, over under 79.5. So can Mike take down the Bulldogs at Bobby Dodd? He's had great luck this year. Bulldogs have had a rather forgettable year, and there you go. Coach Mike gets his coin toss. This is critical when you are an option offense. So let's see what happens, and they get their opening score. A perfect start here on the day, but Georgia Tech gives up a touchdown, but they get another one. This one could be a high-scoring affair here. 14-14, 21-14, 21-21. Oh my, no defense being played today, folks, but Georgia Tech has the 3-point lead. Georgia gets the ball at their half. They don't do anything with it. Now the defense steps up here in the third quarter, but Georgia takes the lead. Final quarter, folks, and that's a long drive for Georgia. No, not like this. A quick score. A Clayton Tune bomb to Juice Riggs, baby, the SFA player. My baby. Let's go, Juice. A bomb to Juice. Can Georgia Tech survive? Remember, we can't jump in till the 2-minute mark. They're going to force the punt. So a Georgia Tech comeback. This is very similar to the Florida State game a couple of weeks ago, where they were down 2 scores in the fourth quarter and they battled their way back. It's a 3rd and 9 here for Georgia. Georgia Tech desperately needs it. They're going 2 fullbacks. Interesting strategy here for Dick Weed and the Bulldogs, as that goes nowhere. So punt incoming, 34-31. Georgia Tech's going to get their chance. Remember, a loss is going to put them squarely back on the bubble and pretty much make the ACC Championship a forced win to get into the playoff. A Georgia Tech loss, and we have 3 teams in similar positions. Georgia Tech, Tennessee, and Arizona, all in conference championships, desperately needing a win to avoid the bubble. Because if you're in the bubble, it's down to the conversations in the committee room, and that's not where you want to be, as we have a safety coming on down. Clayton Tune in the backfield. They float this one away quickly. Is Clayton Tune, man, a lot of yardage on the day. This is a Georgia Tech team who has surprised a ton of folks this year, especially since the emergence of Clayton Tune at quarterback. 2nd and 10 here, Tune. And dumps that off to Todd Wards, the fullback, and he gets a 1st down. Yeah, rivalry week has been ridiculous this week. If you were on the bubble and you won, you are super happy right now. As Fox Crater gets to the line. It's going to be a throw from Tune. He has some time. He yams it deep down the right-hand side. 1-on-1, 50-50, and he can't find McIntyre. Keylon Carroll, the SFA player, tips it away, the in-game recruit. Tons of SFA players on Georgia, including Jose's brother, Fernando Jose, there in the middle. So 2nd and 10 now. They're going to throw it again. That's just right over the middle. He finds McIntyre, another 1st down. Bert Osborne brings him down, the SFA player in the middle. 1st and 10, Georgia Tech. They've got to get a field goal. Keep the game alive. Tune, he tries to get away and he is sacked. A massive hit from Rufus Thomas. Not an SFA player, but a monster off the right side. Tune never saw him. So a minute left, clock is ticking, 2 timeouts. Ward's in the backfield. Remember, they don't have Dante Lesser. It's Lee McDuffie at running back now. Tune, he's yamming that deep again, and it's intercepted! Underthrown and picked off. Tell me that's not Jaboris Jackson. Yeah, I think it was. The SFA player picks him off. UGA interception. Now, well, desperation. They can technically still get the ball back here, but an unbelievable result. Now, this does not impact. Georgia Tech is still going to the ACC Championship, but their playoff hopes now are in question as this drops them down to the bubble talk. A lot of craziness on the bubble. You had Baylor lose. You had Arizona lose. You now have Georgia Tech potentially losing. What does this mean for the playoff? Remember, folks, the playoff committee will meet tonight after game day and put out our top 25. So, last chance is really Georgia Tech. If they get a decent return and maybe having one last heave to the end zone, if they get a rough punt here, potentially could attempt a long field goal. Just depends on what Georgia decides to do here. Not going to be a lot of time left for the return man. He might need to take a fair catch. He's going to return this, and there's still time left. There's still time. He goes! And no time left on the clock. He almost got there. And Georgia, the Bulldogs, continue to smack down Georgia Tech and little brother. An unbelievable rivalry game. Not the year Georgia wanted, but they're able to take down Tech and potentially spoil their playoff hopes. And if you're on the committee and you thought this would be easy, no, no, no. This is, the bubble gets harder, in my opinion, because we now drop Baylor and we dropped Baylor from the bubble, but we gain Arizona and we gain Georgia Tech. Oh boy. Where do we go from here, folks? And we still have another half of BearCave to go, and we're already at an hour. And of course, it's Jaboris Jenkins who made the game-saving tackle there as well. I mean, even if he would have won, it's still a 3-horse race, and he might have been the odd man out anyways. But let's take a look at the stats. Georgia Tech, McDuffie, Riggs. Riggs had himself a great day today. So Clayton 2, 19 of 29, 371, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. 1 touchdown. Riggs 168, 2 TDs. Oh boy, now we're left to wait. Reggie Givens, Tech Sergeant, tons of tackles, some TFLs here. Any sacks? No sacks on the day and no turnovers. They've been so good at forcing those all season long. And now we take a look at Georgia. Dickweed, you know what, he beats Georgia Tech. Maybe they'll like him now. But the career backup turned starter, not the year they wanted. But if you're on the bubble, Georgia, or if you're on the bowl bubble, Georgia now at 7 wins. Officially is probably going to give them a bowl game now. So, Fernando Jose, the SFA player. A lot of TFLs here. Interception was Jaboris Jackson, the SFA safety. The man they decided to start over Taylor Sockrider. All right. Got some crazy results today, folks. This is going to be a headache and a half. How do we quantify all of this? As before we start the second half of BearCave, we got to do the East Carolina game. And this is another team you do not want to lose this game if you are on the bubble. Or East Carolina doesn't, because we don't want to be on the bubble either. So, Miami as well. If we beat them, then it might open up a bowl spot for somebody else. So, we'll see what happens. Can Miami get us? No, they cannot. They get absolutely dicked down. Quindarius Durr gets a pick 6. Vanilla Vic. Everybody getting involved. Let me get my players of the game. Is Tavarius Trace. For all you Trace haters, look at this. Look at Trace pop off. 20 of 23. Never thought we'd see the day. All right. We see 1. All right. So next up is we have Nebraska and Colorado. Now we assumed that Iowa State would not lose to the 2-win Kansas State, or the 1-win Kansas State, but unfortunately it didn't work out like that. So Colorado, if you're here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. We do know that I don't deal with the ban. If Pin or Nick is here and they want to unban him, go for it. But I banned him for a reason. I'm not going to stop the entire stream to unban him. I don't know how to do it. So, tough luck. Yeah, I don't know how to do it while I'm live. And honestly, in general, I don't know how to unban people, so I'm not going to stop a stream that's already going way too long to deal with llama. All right, so Colorado. So we know Nebraska is going to pretty much play for a play-in spot against TCU. They got to be able to knock them off in the Big 12 championship, but first they've got to battle Colorado, who has been a very tough team to beat, one of the better offenses in the country. Another 6-5 team. So remember, 7 wins pretty much guarantees you, or is projecting to guarantee you. But with all these teams winning, who knows? But Colorado battling for their bowl lives at this point. Nice touchdown there. Nebraska gets 10-17 now at halftime, and as we look at 24-7, 31-7. All right, Nebraska is cooking here, as this was a 6-point favorite for the Cornhuskers, and the over/under of this game was 54.5 as we continue on. And we're looking for a Chase Boggs interception, as are we going to get a nice little comeback here from Colorado? They got a touchdown. Oh, there we go. One play at a time, folks. Can Colorado make a great comeback? Last time we were in Lincoln, we saw Auburn make a comeback earlier in the year, but Nebraska takes them down by 10. All right, so Jonathan Johnson, two pass TDs. We got to see if their resume is enough to get them into bowl season. That's how I'll be deciding, is purely off resume, strength of schedule, that kind of stuff. As Jamal Dunlap gets 2 TFLs, interceptions, deflections, and Nebraska going to the Big 12 championship. Julius Swain, 3 touchdowns on the day. It seems like they finally have figured out this offense with all this talent. Dictator also has been going crazy. 7 TFLs, 2 sacks. Unbelievable there. No interceptions on the day, so the prop does not hit there for Chase Boggs. And that will do it. All right. So now we move on to Tulane at LSU. This is a matchup that everybody has had circled all year as potentially a crazy game if Tulane somehow stayed undefeated. Unfortunately, they came 1 week short. Whoopty Tibbs may be back. So Maddox, let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Battle for the Tiger Rag. So this is a big bubble game as well, folks, as LSU desperate for a win now with the people above, like Georgia Tech and Arizona now. LSU can jump potentially. And then if with a win from Tulane, LSU potentially eliminated from the bubble. So Maddox still having a massive say in the CFP situation here as he gets tails and kicks. We'll see if Tracy Potes and company can do something crazy. Yep, Rick is right. These all of these games matter for your tiered schedule next season. A lot of what is that? Waterfall kind of effect, or the butterfly effect. So let's see what happens. Big game on the road, Death Valley. They didn't play well last week. The best defense in the country from Tulane. Let's see if they can bounce back against Llama. Yeah, and every game is always for budget. You're right, Tribe. A win is always worth typically about somewhere between 50 to 100 grand. So, tails and kick. Shit, he said kick. Well, sorry, Maddox. Oh my god. Alright, let's get it going. Come on, baby. Tulane. What is happening? What happened to Tulane? Alright. They're coming back here. Here we go. The Tulane Magic. No. Tulane Magic. Please. Tulane Magic. Alright. 35-17. Here we go. Tulane Magic on display. Tulane. Here they come. Tulane. Oh my god, Tulane. No! Tulane, please. Maddox, I'm your #1 fan. Coach Legacy is a boss, but it's not looking good. Not looking good. As it's 49-24 here. And that will do it. So another convincing win here for LSU. Another quality win. As it was Niebers getting it done. Irby getting a run here. Fantastic season from Tulane and a big-time bowl matchup coming up. Could we see potentially a Tulane and UNLV matchup in a bowl game? As we're looking now at the BearCave prop, Tracy Potes, come on, 3 interceptions, no thanks, as LSU does cover, but the prop was Tracy Potes, over under 2.5 total touchdowns, and he has 2. Did he get a rushing touchdown? No, he did not. So Tracy Potes did play in this game, but the under hits. That means my 20K cash. It means I'm still in the green, baby. Well, no, not really. I need to hit my same game parlay, because I put 50K on that. For defensively, 14. We got some TFLs here from Marcus Moore and company. A sack. 1 interception. Ross Sykes, the freshman. Guy you can build around. No deflections. No forced fumbles. And kicking went 1 for 1. Max will be back with a vengeance here as Grant Davis. Remember, folks, he's potentially entering the portal after this season. After Coach Llama signed Lavello Blackley, #1 SFA quarterback. And Terrell Pryor gets a touchdown today. Niebers won the $1 million man. 1 reception, 1 touchdown. And on defense, a couple TFLs here. Nathaniel Bandit, no touchdowns. Couple interceptions here for Joe Gary. Couple deflections, and that will do it here from Baton Rouge. I don't know if LSU's in Baton Rouge. I'd assume so, though. All right, that will do it. LSU potentially trying to become now one of those teams on to get a home game potentially in the CFP, which we know is super impactful. And this might be their first CFP appearance of all time in the SFA. Yes, LSU, never been to the CFP in the SFA. That is wild. So Llama could be the first one to take them there. So we still got a couple more games to go here, folks, as next up we've got the game, Michigan and Ohio State. Last time these teams played was all the way back in week 1 of season 13, where Michigan upset Ohio State and sparked an incredible run. And now here they meet, both on the bubble, desperately needing a quality win to add to their resumes. This is one of those big games that is going to vault one of these teams way up in the rankings and drop one completely out of the bubble. And it's snowing here at the Horseshoe. Now, this is our push game of the week, folks. The over-under for this game is 56.5. And we're specifically looking at James Draws. Anytime touchdowns. The running back for Michigan. Can he get 2? Oh, baby, the snow is out. The bubble is not quite popped yet for either of these teams. A lot of action above them. We're going to have to see where the winner decides to fall. Here we go, folks. First quarter, Michigan gets a quick touchdown. Ohio State responds. Ohio State, one of the tougher schedules in the country. Ohio State misses a field goal. Ohio State takes the lead, though. Yeah, you're right, Rick. This would be, but that idea was very, very much booed by everybody, which I don't know why. I think it's a fine idea. But not much scoring there in the third quarter as Ohio State takes a 2-score lead. Oh, boy, could Michigan's bubble pop before it... Oh, my gosh. 2 seasons in a row. Michigan has a fantastic roster, and they can't put it together. They're going to miss the CFP yet again. They still have not been back since Season 7, where they lost to Iowa State on a fumble in the Orange Bowl. Unbelievable way to lose it there. All right, so James Love, he is back the starter. He only got 2 touchdowns and only 1 TD from Draws unless he got a receiving. Yes, he did. All right, so 2 anytime touchdowns. Draws gets it done. Fortunately, they were unable to get it done on the field here as Cheeto, he had 6 tackles, 2 TFLs for Kurt Johnson, no sacks, 1 interception. And did they cause any fumbles? No, they did not. And the winners, Ohio State. Lance Malone returns to action the first time. This crazy good freshman since early in the year. He leads them to victory. Not through his arm, though. It was all to Ellis Jacobs. A true 1950 classic here. 41 touches, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Terrell Flowens was back in action as well. The SFA player, 48 yards after both those guys missed the better half of the season. And on defense, couple of TFLs, couple of sacks here. No interceptions, couple of deflections, and no forced fumbles. Ohio State gets back on the right side of the game as they are going to jump up as well now in this bubble race. Now, with what we've seen, do they have a chance? Do they have a say? Who knows? But they have a chance. But unfortunately, locked out of the CCG at this point. All right, folks. And I believe that means we have one more game left on the schedule, and it is a doozy. When you think of rivalries in football, you think of Army, Navy. So close to be naming as game day this week, but unfortunately there just isn't any ties to the CFP or bowl eligibility or even divisions, as Army has locked it up regardless of this result. But Coach MZ, let me know if you're here, and let me know heads or tails, kick or receive in the Army-Navy game, as it's been a crazy good season for both of these teams. And Navy a lot more surprising. They're at 8-3, chance to go 9-3. Army does have an outside shot at the playoff. They definitely need a lot of help. But it starts with beating Appalachian State for the second time in the CCG. But this is an 8-point favorite for Army on the road. And this is an over-under of 49.5. And then what we're specifically looking for is the SFA player Buzz Modella, the right guard for Army. Will he have over-under 2.5 pancakes? ECU won by a lot. Here, Rick, I can tell you the score. Or no, I can't. I'll remind you after the game. But we beat them, I think it was 56-14, but don't quote me on that. But we slapped them silly. All right, here we go. Army, Navy, one of the most fun games to watch each and every season. So you bubble teams for the Bull. Don't ever say I didn't do anything nice for you. I slapped Miami silly. They'll probably miss a bowl game, as the independent schedule typically isn't all that great. All right, so I don't see Coach MZ, so it's just going to be heads and kick. His Army earned a fringe ranking in the CFP committee. This would be a very high-quality win against a rival. Quick touchdown here for Army, and Navy responds. So it looked like Army was dominating time of possession there early, but a quick touchdown from Navy, and this game is going to be close. Navy takes the lead. Army adds a field goal. Oh boy, and they do not take the lead here at halftime. They're stopped at the 1, so a massive play there. As we're in the third quarter now, Navy, they give up the lead. Army gets a tutty and another touchdown from Army. But Navy responds as we, on a 48-yard run by Rex Oslin, the SFA player. So as we continue on now, and there's a touchdown here from Army. Or sorry, that's a field goal. I don't know what I'm saying. As we're now down to 4 minutes. 6-point lead for Army. Remember, we got to wait till the 2-minute mark. And they punch it home. So right now, we are not scheduled to jump into this game. We need a quick score from the Navy. And, 4th and 10. They got to get something going, and that is a turnover. So can they get a stop or a turnover or something? This game is not looking good as they put up 41. So Army looks to have this one in the bag. Can they get another score? No, they can't, and that is going to do it. 41-21 here for Army. A convincing victory, as you had a Bernice Zazzaro, the SFA player, going for 97. One of the longer sim touchdowns we've really ever seen here. Rex Oslin also went for 47, so the big play was working for a while there for Navy, but they just couldn't keep it up. Jeremy Silva here, 370, 3 touchdowns, rushing Ruddy Rogers all over, 153, 4.7, and receiving TJ Sanderson. So SFA players on both sides going crazy. Now blocking Buzz Modella. He got the over. He got 3 pancakes. So if you bet on that, you are a crazy man. As tackles, we got some TFLs here from Kermit Scroat, the SFA player, the transfer from Ole Miss. Deflections. Couple of fumbles, Scroat and Rowe. And then Daryl Moses, he only threw 4 passes in this game. His only completion was the one to Bernice Zazzaro. So it had to be Corey Kelly, the redshirt freshman, getting in. So unfortunately, an injury kind of sealed the fate, I guess, for Navy today. As you look at the defense, Joe Newberry, 13 tackles, a lot of TFLs here from different guys. And Julius Nambo, the SFA player, gets himself a sack. So deflection-wise now, you get 3 here from a couple of SFA players, Jonathan Kramer, and that will do it here from Army Navy. All right, so I think that just about wraps up rivalry week here in the SFA, folks. Unbelievable week of games. Let's just take one more look as we have one game left. It is Bedlam, and let's just look back at the results if you haven't. So we saw Utah win Buffalo, with their backup quarterback, survived Syracuse. App State stays perfect. UNLV locked out of the division. Kansas beats Missouri, potentially knocking them out of a bowl game. Maryland stays perfect. Georgia upsets Georgia Tech. Coastal continues to dominate. Air Force going to the division title at 5-7. Western Kentucky getting a nice win. Washington continuing, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but Daryl Bain, 487 yards through the air. I think that breaks a record. I will confirm it later, but that is wild. 487 yards in one game receiving. Absolute domination as we continue. As we don't have a preview for next week, as I can't see conference championships at this point, but Alabama locked out of a bowl game. Kent State locked out of a bowl game thanks to Akron. Western, this is a big one, a overtime upset for Baylor, knocking them out of the playoff discussion. Central Michigan potentially could go bowling. Nice quality win there. USC beats UCLA, potentially another bowl one. And then also North Texas keeping UAB away from bowl eligibility. TCU dominates. Nebraska takes down Colorado. Hawaii, massive win. And then Florida State stays on the bubble. Their bubble hopes probably get a bit better today. And Arizona now down into the bubble after a tough loss. And Minnesota, this loss may hurt their playoff chances if they beat Maryland. But they're still going to the Big Ten championship. And Texas State earns their bowl eligibility. We'll have to wait to see if their name is called. A&M gets a nice win. They're on the bubble. Temple can't get that 7th win, so they're now on the bubble. Notre Dame gets a win, though, eliminating Stanford from potentially getting a bowl game. Oregon becomes bowl eligible. That's massive. The game, obviously, we just saw that. Penn State gets the bowl eligibility now. And Iowa State, this was the shocker of the week. It didn't end up mattering. However, that was a tough pill to swallow there for Iowa State, as they were firmly on the bubble either way. And a big win for Boston College over Pittsburgh. Let me tell you, folks, I do not want to see Pittsburgh in a bowl game, or if I'm anybody. So that is going to do it here, folks, as we will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for Bedlam. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, see you in a couple of minutes.